Hello everybody, welcome back once again to the Final Fantasy 13 walkthrough. We are still in the Gapra Whitewood. Gapra Whitewood. Yeah, that's what I said, right? I think that's what I said. Alright. So yeah, so alright, back to killing Lobos. All these silver wolves. And, alright, looks like a couple of really good blitzes here. Oh boy, yeah, I don't think I'll need to heal for this one. Oh, maybe Hope's kind of getting tore up here. Oh, it's not looking good. 24 health. Ah, he lives. He lives. Alright. We're good. We're okay.
Time to switch it up.
Alright, one more to go. We can do it. Yeah, look at that poison. Poison barely does anything. Let's see here. A minute. Yeah, not bad.
What happened here?
Bad luck. They came looking for us and found something worse.
We can't just leave them like this.
Don't touch anything! Control your emotions. If you want to survive, you forget about sympathy. How can I explain? Think of it like a strategy. Focus on your ultimate goal and shut out everything else. Still your mind. Move on instinct. Let doubt take over, and despair will cripple you.
Strategy. Good. I'll take anything to help me get through this. I'll call it Operation Nora.
Nora.
My mother's name.
Your revenge?
Yes. Don't tell me. I know getting revenge on him won't bring her back. I know that! But sorry won't cut it.
Snow didn't kill your mother. The Sanctum did.
Whose side are you on?
The side of truth.
Fine. I'll fight the Sanctum with you. I'll learn to survive.
How can you judge someone else when you know that you're the same? Even I have dark secrets. Secrets I'd rather forget.
The side of truth. Pretty epic line there. Alright, let's see what we have here. Core Watchman? Okay. So these are Guardian Corps guys.
Target's a target.
These might be Lightning's buddies. As far as strategy here, nothing. No strategy. Just beat them down. Although, speaking of strategy, Lightning does bring that up too. I like that she talks to Hope about strategy and oh, Hope eats it. Oh yeah, that's right. I end up finishing this battle without him. But you know, even Lightning's like you know, she talks about strategy and letting your instincts take over, and sometimes that's kind of the way it goes with these battles too. You know, a lot of times a good strategy is gonna outbeat any amount of sheer brute force, that's for sure. And yeah, I don't know, seemed like an appropriate line. And a poor strategy would be letting your partner die like I did there. And there you have the 3-star battle rating because of it. Womp womp. I should have been paying more attention to what Lightning was saying, I guess. Or a bad strategy is still a strategy, right? Yeah, that's gonna be my excuse. Alright, so what is this? A Milvis Velo cycle? So just like the rest of the Velo cycles, these guys are super tanky. And they've got a fairly high stagger point. But once you do get them staggered, they're not too bad. So what I did here was, obviously I started out with slash and burn, got a couple, or built up the chain gauge a little bit, and then went to dual casting just to really bring up that stagger point faster. And there you go. So it staggers at 320%. And I don't know here. It's kind of looking like I stuck with dual casting. No, all right, here we go. We're back to slash and burn. It's kind of like that.
Time to switch it up.
And yeah, so that's not going to last much longer. There you have it. Wow, okay, so that ended up being a really horrible battle rating, though. I'm a little surprised. Huh, oh well. Maybe I should have switched to dual casting a little bit earlier and then switched back to War and Peace, or sorry, or Slash and Burn, sorry, a little bit sooner. Maybe that would have done the trick, I'm not sure. Alrighty. Boy, I just realized that this area is extremely long. This Gapra Whitewood, this ends up being, we spend a lot of time with these two. Although, I suppose, we spent a ton of time with Vanille and Saz as well. So they're probably on par, I suppose, as far as time spent. Although, actually, we're not even close to being done with.
Keep up with me, Hope.
Actually, with either of these groups. Gosh, now that I think about it, yeah, we end up spending a ton of time with just these pairs of two, Saz and Vanille, and and then Hope and Lightning. And my battle ratings are tanking for some reason. All right, what do we have here? Ethersol. Womp womp. So Ethersol. So this is the first time we ever get one of those, actually. So now is probably a decent time to talk about them. I don't believe you can ever win them from battle. That was my impression anyway. I could be wrong on that, but I thought that you can't win them, as a random reward from battle. Now, the cool thing about them is they do restore all of your TP. To be honest, I don't feel like that's that useful until much, much later on in the game, and for specific reasons. So, to be honest, not that big of a deal that they're extremely difficult to come by. But again, I don't know. To be honest, I rarely ever use them, so it's not like their rarity really didn't bother me. So, anyways, all right. So what do we have here? A couple of core core guys and a Milvis Velo cycle once again. Same strategy, you know, really with these guys. Build up the chain at least a little bit, and then go ahead and swap to dual casting to bring that stagger meter really high. And then, like I said earlier, I think it probably wouldn't be a bad idea to swap right back to slash and burn, yeah, just like I did right there. So we'll see how this one turns out. Hopefully I end up with a little better rating than I had been getting. Oh, okay, so that didn't help much at all. Still a 4-star. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know if there's much else that I could do for strategy-wise. Anyways, we have got a boss fight coming up here, and this one can be difficult. I think I ended up retrying it a couple of times just because I got lazy with swapping to a healing paradigm. So again, now make sure, you know, or sorry, I should say, beef up your Caesarium if you haven't yet. Make sure you spend all your points right now if you're not all maxed out. And then you can initiate this fight right here.
We're moving. What's going on? Whoa. This is it. Operation Nora.
Alright, so boss fight time. This is the... I think this is the Aster Protoflorian. And here I swapped right to the wrong paradigm right away. Yeah, Aster Protoflorian. Yeah. So Super Soldier right off the bat. Get yourself protected, and definitely also use Shell. I don't remember if he actually does any magic attacks. We'll have to see here, but I vaguely remember wanting to have Shell up as well. Guess we'll find out. So he's got some really, really hard-hitting physical attacks, which is, you know, the biggest reason that you're going to want to have Protect up. Now, again, I don't remember, though, if he really uses any whatchamacallit, magic attacks. He does use things like, what is that called? Like spoofing fire, I think is what it said there. And if I remember right, that just makes him immune to fire. And if you Libra him right away, your characters will like automatically know that. Otherwise, unfortunately, they'll do like I think what Hope did there, and I think he casted a fire ability, and so the boss absorbed it, you know, as health. So I guess it's just important to know that he does that. To be honest, though, I typically don't do a whole lot of micromanaging as far as what my characters are doing. And so, yeah, so there he just absorbed some more health there. And again, I think I would have actually avoided that if I would have used a Libra first. So, again, definitely recommend doing that. For instance, there, that is just brutal. So that's really why you want to keep your characters at probably 75% or above. You really don't want to be dropping below that 75%, because that ability right there just shreds. And unfortunately, depending on where your characters are at, he'll hit them both at the same time. So that's what's really crappy about that one. Once you get him staggered, pretty standard swap to slash and burn and get him launched, and then that way he can't do anything. I didn't even get close to killing him in my first stagger. I think it took 2, which, you know, is okay. I mean, it would have been awesome if I would have got it all done in one, but he's just got so much health. But you know, the same stuff. Start out with slash and burn, get the stagger meter built up a little bit at least, and then you can swap to dual casting. And then once you get him staggered, though, definitely switch back to slash and burn, yeah. Just to, yeah, man, you got, I don't know, this is down to about 25% now, or maybe a little bit lower. But pretty good for the first stagger there. And that ability, man, that's brutal. Spoofing water. So the other thing with his whole like spoofing ability is that he absorbs one element and then he's weak to another. So like I said earlier, you know, a Libra, I believe, is what's going to give your characters that knowledge, and then they'll take advantage of that. Now, here, up to you on whether or not you think you need to rebuff yourself. I would probably err on the side of caution and just say that it's probably a good idea to rebuff at least protect here, like I did. I really, again, I don't really know if the shell was absolutely necessary or not. But boom. But yeah, so yeah, I think that's pretty much it as far as tactics, I think, for this one. I really should have swapped to dual casting sooner again here. I feel like I kind of stay in slash and burn a little bit too long a lot of times, just because I'm kind of used to that paradigm, I guess. But
follow my lead.
Yeah, here we go. Alright, so we've got him staggered one more time, and now he's launched, and this is pretty much the end of the fight. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so creature comforts and tungsten bangle. The tungsten bangle is just another HP item.
Operation Nora, stage 1 complete.
You did well.
All right, so the other reward there. Now I don't really use the tungsten bangle. I don't really use a lot of those HP items or equipments. But the creature comforts is another shop, an online shop, and that one's gonna be that's a really good one for your organic materials. So that's, like I said, that's a really great shop. I use that almost exclusively for all of my organic materials, just because it's just the easiest, quickest, most efficient, I think, time efficient way to obtain those. As far as Crystarium, you know, kind of do whatever you want. I started out with Commando, obviously, once again, because I spend more time with Lightning in her Commando role. But then secondary, I would go with Ravager. And again, you know, my role, what I'm using these characters for will change a little bit. I think later on, Lightning becomes more of a Ravager, or I use her more as a Ravager. And then Hope, obviously, I usually use him as a Ravager, so that's where I'm gonna, you know, spend the first bit of my CP. And then Synergist, I think, maybe? Yeah, and then we'll finish out with Medic. But anyways, I gotta cut the commentary here, so like, comment, subscribe, whatever you guys want to do. Hope this guide was helpful, though, and hope you guys keep joining me for more. Alright, thanks for watching.